The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Well, boys and girls, it's been a minute. How are you? Welcome to, it's been 2 weeks. A new and live episode of the Bostonian versus the book. He is Dave Sherapan. I am Matt Perrault. We are back live on our Twitter and YouTube channels at Boston versus the book. We haven't said this intro in 2 weeks. We are replayed on Sports Grid Television, replayed on Sirius XM channel 159. You are a sight for sore eyes, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Good to be back with you.
Good. Great to be back with you. Great to be back with the brigade. If you guys are here, which apparently you are here, you've been waiting on the YouTube channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's been a while since we said it. Guys went back and watched a lot of old episodes. We appreciate you. You're back from your Caribbean stint.
Yeah, I'm on.
How was it?
It was really fun. It was so I'd been to Mexico and I'd been to Canada, but I had never left North America in my life. So at 48 years of age to go and cross that off, that was pretty cool. I never needed a passport because when I went to Mexico and Canada, that was before you needed a passport to go.
I remember those days.
Yeah. So I never had to do that. So it was different. It's unique to be in a foreign country and yet you still get a lot of American programming. So you get a lot of ESPN, but it's like not fully ESPN. It's kind of like halfway ESPN. And like TNT was showing NBA playoff games on ESPN's channel in Jamaica, which was pretty interesting. I was like, how are we doing this? But okay, that's fine. Watching like Miami television, like they get all of the channels are from Miami. So they still get American media, but they are very aggressive there, which was sort of an eye opener for, you forget you're going to basically it's a second world country. I don't know if we'll call it a third world country, but it is not a very wealthy country. And so you get anywhere outside of the resort areas and you get like people come at you. Like I got offered every drug under the sun. Yep. I got guys chasing me down streets. I'm a pale white guy. I stand out in Jamaica like I'm a beacon.
Big bullseye on you.
Every hustler in the place. I had some guy walk up to me and he's like, I got the best ganja. I'm like, dude, I live in Vegas. He's like, I got even better stuff. I'm like, I live in Las Vegas. I'm good. Like, I don't need anything and I'm not buying it from you. And he like followed me through this whole area. Yep. I was like, I just want to buy my daughter earrings. Can you just let me go do this, please? So that was a little bit on the eye-opening side, but a beautiful country and really a fun trip for me to get out there and do that. So
did you go to Dunn's River Falls?
We did. We went to Dunn's River Falls. Yep. We went there. My former boss sent me a picture of him and his dad in 1971 in the exact same spot from a picture that I posted on social media of Amanda Brooks and I at Dunn's River Falls. So I didn't realize it had been going on for that long when it comes to like the tourism and everything else down there. Yeah. But I guess that's been the place and the thing to do in Jamaica forever. Even right away, Newbie was writing me on social media. Newbie was like, Dunn's River Falls, that's incredible. I was like, I guess everyone's been to that. So that was fun. We did snorkeling for a day. That was cool. We did the bioluminescence, which is a river at night, which you can see blue water, which is really kind of a unique thing. Jamaica's the only place in the world where it's year round where you can do that. But the water was murky and weird and felt strange. And that was sort of a one-time deal. That was like, okay, that was fun. I don't think we'll do that again.
Right.
And Jamaica's really, really careful with the food they bring in. So like on one of the tours, they were very proud of the fact that they threw McDonald's off the island. Because they wouldn't source their food in Jamaica. So KFC is the most popular restaurant in the entire country. Like people will wait 2 hours to have KFC, but the chicken is all raised in Jamaica. So like chicken wings here, we're used to wings being kind of on the larger side because we do different things to make our chickens kind of plump and fat. They don't. So the chicken wings are like that big. Like Buffalo Wild Wings would be pretty small. Yeah. So I did eat jerk chicken. Yeah, we did have jerk chicken. We did the people making food on the side of the road and whatnot. We did that. Weather couldn't have been nicer. It was 85 degrees every day. But the Vegas sun, the funny thing is, like, I was expecting, like, I'm in the Caribbean. Like, I'm expecting to feel heat. And I'm like, the Vegas sun is so much stronger than the Jamaican sun. And that was surprising to me, that our summers here are way more brutal and way more intense from a sun perspective. And I was like, this is awesome. I could deal with the weather here. Vegas, June, July, August, we get cooking here, and it's an oven here. It makes Jamaica look pretty calm. I mean, it was April, I guess, so maybe it gets more hot in the summertime.
It's nice to have sun without feeling like you're melting.
Agreed, 100%.
Because
of the water, the breeze is really nice. Like, we don't get the wind that often. We get like hurricane force winds, and you don't want to be outside. That's a nice sea breeze. So I drank in liquor, which I don't think I've drank 6 days in a row since college. So that was fun to do that. And
do you like snorkeling?
Yeah, I really do. I did it in Hawaii a bunch, and I had done it in 20 years. So that was the one thing. Madeline and I read a book about snorkeling in coral reefs, and that was the one thing she was bummed about not getting to do. So it was fun to take pictures and send it home to her, to show her all the different fish and stuff that we were seeing. So that I like that a lot. Like, if I could pick like one type of vacation that I would go to, I would go do a vacation of just like going on a boat, going on the water. It's hard to find a better, more relaxed version of me than on a boat, listening to Bob Marley, going snorkeling in the middle of the Caribbean.
Right.
I hit peak zen during that, 4 or 5 hours. Nothing could have bothered me. It was just a very nice reset and relaxation to kind of go, okay.
Girls and guys in the chat, let us know if you like snorkeling. I'm just curious.
Do you?
I love it.
Yeah. It's fun,
I love
right?
it, but I think so. But if you're not used to that, like Darth Vader sounding breathing noise in yourself, and occasionally having to spit the water out through the thing, and you gotta know what you're getting into.
Yeah, it's not comfortable at times.
Yeah, you just have to know. I remember when we went, me and Jess went to Mexico, and I said, we're going snorkeling. She wasn't a big fan of all that. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna look down in the water. I don't need to snorkel. I just wear the mask and I'll float up here and I'm good. And I said, okay. But yeah, I like to snorkel.
I do too. It was good. Yeah, CBW, the boat tour in Chicago, much different. much different.
Yeah.
much different on that. Did I have a bake and shark sandwich? No, I wasn't even offered one of those.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I didn't eat. I mean, I didn't eat anything that was too outlandish. I ate a lot of seafood, shrimp and salmon and chicken and steak, and I didn't go too crazy with the exotic stuff. Jerk chicken, obviously, but I guess Jamaicans say they don't like jerk chicken, but they love KFC. That was like the running joke, that jerk chicken's for you guys. You guys in the tourism world. And it's funny because we live in Vegas, and so we're in this environment of everything being catered towards the tourism of the city. And so it felt, in a lot of ways, it felt very similar to Vegas in how certain things are positioned, and like how the airport is set up, and people's different travel, what you got to watch out for, and who you're paying to do what. Tipping is something that still, because we live in a place where we are conditioned to tip, and we know to tip. There's still a lot of people that don't understand and don't know to tip.
Yeah.
And so watching that a little bit is a little awkward, and going like, okay, what are you doing? Give them $5. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I just got your bags. And like, people watching that, different cultures kind of mingle together. You can see why people somehow get annoyed. But, I gave a guy a 20 to take my bags all the way from downstairs to upstairs. And then I found out that the average wage of somebody in Jamaica is $140 US a week.
Yeah.
So like, so get a $20 tip is like you just gave the guy like a seventh of his salary for the week.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that, how you can make an impact. For our money is like 1.5 to theirs.
Okay.
So $20 is a nice haul for them on that. So, Jordan Gorov. Yep. Snorkeling every day of your life. Why not on this? But look, you guys were awesome. It was really fun to be in the Discord channel while I was in Jamaica and just asking you guys a bunch of different questions. And some of the things that you guys have said to us during our break, we have taken it to heart. There are some new things on the show today that you guys haven't seen before. And there's a new order, a little bit of how the show is going to be constructed based upon the comments that you guys made to us in the Discord channel. If you haven't joined us on the Discord channel, go to thebvbshow.com and come on in and be a part of it, because we love to hear from you guys. We love the interaction with you guys, and it helps because we can figure out what you guys are after and the types of stories, content, the way the show is, the way it's structured.
Yep.
As Dave has been the one that tabbed you guys the brigade, but your interaction with us has been such a big deal. And it's why we love the show and doing the show live. That interaction is the blood of the show. Like,
without a doubt.
We need you guys as much as we're the heart. You guys are the blood. Like we have to coexist.
Yeah.
So get in there and tell us more about what you like and don't like, and don't hold back. So some of the things you guys, I went in the lab a little bit. Sonic and I got together and did some things. So you guys are going to see some new stuff. There's one that's not ready. We'll have another one probably tomorrow or Wednesday, but most of the show is going to be a little bit on the newer side. So what happened while we were gone? You are wearing, and we might be the only show like to talk hockey out of the gate, but I thought we had to talk hockey out of the gate because
I think so.
I mean, my God, 77-3, 77-3. That was the record. 77-1 was the record of teams in a game 7 leading by 2 goals going into the third period, 2 or more goals. 77-1. And now it's 77-3 on back-to-back days. We wind up 2-goal leads as the Blues and the Avs both choke and can't close out on the road in game 7s.
Well, I don't know. I would caution saying they choked.
Oh boy, I watched them both
as much. Listen, Heiskanen, Dallas won that game. Dallas went and won that game.
Rantanen played his ass off. Okay, Rantanen wound up with 3 goals in the damn.
I said Heiskanen. Yeah, Rantanen.
Yeah. Rantanen was insane for Dallas. I'll give you that. Against his former team on top of that. They traded him away, and the dude comes back and haunts them like a ghost and goes off and gets a hat trick, has 4 points in the game, 2 goals and an assist in the third period alone.
Was incredible.
That wraparound goal that he scored was stupid. I mean, I'm on play.
That was the lucky one. Like the first goal was phenomenal. And then, the second one, I mean, the effort to get the puck and wrap it around and banked off the defenseman's skate and went in, it was like, okay. So now all the momentum's there, and you're just like, my goodness, did that really just happen? And then boom, they scored a third goal. And it's just a classic moment. He gets a hat trick on an empty netter with 6 seconds to go. And another under goes to the trash can. I mean, it is so hard to bet under in an NHL game.
I mean, I was on the under in the Blues game in the Stars game. And I thought to myself, okay, it can't happen again. Like, I can't lose this again. Right. So I'm like, this is a 3-2 final. At worst, this is a 3-2 final yesterday for Winnipeg.
I got to be honest. That one, I think, should have been a 3-2 final.
Of course it should have been.
As much as the
1.9 seconds.
Like I said, Dallas won the game.
It was 1.9 seconds.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, I need you to survive 2 more seconds. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3-2 final. I push. I'm fine. We're all good. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm watching the clock going, they scored that second goal. And I went, oh no, this is going to be back-to-back days. I'm going to lose under bets on game 7s in hockey on back-to-back days.
Yes.
Bang, that goal happens. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got to take Winnipeg. Do I not? Like, I just got it for the hell of it. Just the home team's going to win this, right? And then the first overtime happened. And once I went to the second overtime, I was really nervous. I was like, I don't know. How much gas did the Jets have left in their tank? I know they're at home, but the Blues, It's Binnington. He did this to Hellebuck in the Four Nations. Like, this is going to rip the guy's heart out again.
If the Blues didn't score early, I was done. I was like, Jets are winning this. You know, I was betting the Jets in game, and I was like, they're winning. They're going to win. We'll sit with Kendall watching it. There's nothing like playoff hockey.
Oh.
There's nothing like overtime playoff hockey. And then let's make it the 3-item parlay: playoff hockey, overtime playoff hockey, and then it's a game 7.
2 of them.
I mean, you can't. This is why we're leading with it. It is the best product. It is so good.
On top of the fact,
I feel bad for St. Louis.
Oh. On top of the fact that the Avs and the Blues both are going to be kicking themselves throughout the entire offseason. But these two teams are playing, Dave. Like the Stars and the Jets, not only do they have these miracle Game 7 victories, they both make history. They both shock their opponent. Now they play each other. And Dallas is a monster favorite. We're not talking about the 7-game losing streak anymore, are we? About the Dallas Stars. They're minus 166 in this series.
So I can't remember in all the years that I put up prices and series prices and in a book, every road team is favored in a series.
Oh.
Every road team is favored.
Well,
Dallas,
Vegas.
Dallas doesn't have home ice.
Well, Edmonton and Vegas is a pick.
Let me double check.
Minus 110. FanDuel is minus 110. It's a pick at FanDuel. But yeah, I get your point. Everything else is the road team's.
It's funny favored. Because it moved today. The opening number was Edmonton minus 115.
Oh, wow.
And I said on Sports Grid and every other show that I went on that I think Vegas is going to win that. I really do. So they are favored now.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Edmonton might be onto something. They changed the goalie and they win the series, win 4 straight, beat the Kings. Dallas is favored. That's a big number. It's up to 175 in places.
Do you agree with that? Now, isn't that basically saying that their defenseman, that Robertson and the defenseman whose name is escaping me, are both coming back for Dallas? Is that what that means? That they're going to be healthy in this series? Because if they're not, that seems to be. I'm like,
maybe
whoa.
I
That's
hate
heavy.
I don't worry about the injuries because they don't tell you the truth anyway. Like
Fair.
You know, with the hockey injuries right now, it's complete. Who knows what season? Forget about lying season.
Right.
I think it's an indictment on Hellebuck.
Fair. I mean,
they got it done and they won, but I don't feel like all right, we got home ice and we got the guy. Right? I would first thought when you look at the series is Dallas is going to split in Winnipeg and take it back to Dallas. I think Dallas might be more physical.
Well, if Ottinger plays the way he's been playing, okay, I'll give you Dallas. I mean,
Games are going to be super entertaining.
Dallas was dead according to everybody going into the series. They were dead. I was like, what?
Colorado was the odds-on favorite
on April 25th. I said I really thought the demise of the Dallas Stars had been grossly exaggerated because I was like, wait a minute. They're still a really good hockey team, and they were the odds-on favorite to win the cup before they went on that 7-game losing streak. They lost game 1. That was an 8-game losing streak, and everybody thought Dallas had no shot. And I thought, wait a minute, they're still a really good team, and if Ottinger figures it out, they should be right there. And Colorado, I mean, look at this is a team that doesn't know how to close out series. I think it's 10 straight games they've lost. 9 straight?
Game 7.
That's insane.
That
like
is,
9 straight losses.
I just
and
don't even know how to
Peter
explain
DeBoer is equally, he's 9-0 in his last 9 game 7s.
Makes no sense. Guy
so you have one team knows how to win a game 7. The other team doesn't know how to win a game 7, and that's the team that won. Dallas advances. So now to see the number flip like this, I'm going, wait a minute. I don't know if I would, if Hellebuck figures it out, if he gets even a little bit of confidence, I mean, I like Winnipeg's chances. I like Dallas a lot.
I have no freaking idea who's going to win that series right now. My first lean is Dallas, but so like when I would do it in the book, we would price it out by how the series is going to go. Okay. So if you get to game 3 in that series, Dallas is favored. This is probably the price. So that's kind of where we're at. I can't explain the Carolina-Washington series. I can't explain that price. I can't explain.
164. FanDuel's got him at 164 for Carolina to be favored.
It's minus 190.
Phew.
It's moved to minus 190.
Why?
Carolina is the darling, and I've done it in years past. They're the team that all the metrics and the wise guys and everything.
Yeah,
they're the
never
Clippers.
come through.
They're the Clippers.
They have once. I mean, they're the Clippers. Oh boy.
I'm just saying, that's a lot of guys.
You don't want to be the Clippers.
Well, no, they look great and they cover all of the things, and then when it gets to the end, they don't do it. So, Pensil, you're right. The second round is about to be fire as much as the first round was, but this is now. These series prices would indicate to me that they're a lot more closer to pick 'em than they are what they are, because Carolina, Washington is high. The Florida, Logan Thompson sucks, Yorkie, you think?
Well, he was in the regular season, he wasn't playing like this. But right now, I think it's hard to say that. I mean, he played great for Washington. So, like, I don't know if I want to jump on that fast. I'll agree that Carolina has a goaltending advantage, but 175, 180, like, yeah, Fisher, there's not even a question in terms of intensity. Hockey playoffs always, until we get to the NBA finals, hockey playoffs always win.
NBA had a couple
Great.
good stories.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was a couple things that happened that
Denver,
made it interesting.
LA was
we
fun.
were on vacation, but we were still watching, and we were still,
yeah.
Talking about it. I don't know. It's clear the hockey's better.
Do you think Toronto, second round for the second time since 2004, no shot against Florida? You're wearing the Maple Leaf stuff. You must believe in them a little bit.
First time in my life ever that I had a Maple Leafs hat. I picked it up on my trip back east to see my daughters. So the second biggest lids in the country is 5 minutes from their school. The first one is 15 minutes from my house.
There you go.
And it's bad because they remembered me back there.
Uh-oh.
When I walked in, they're like, "Wait, you're the guy that does that show, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, BvB. Hit the subscribe button while you're here." Rashida, actually, she helped me.
Okay.
I'm shouting you out right now. I told her to watch a show, but I said we're not going to start.
How much damage did you do in that store?
I plead the fifth. I did good. Fair. I mean, because they got stuff and they put it on sale. Because they're back east. Like, it's all the stuff that I can't get here. So it works out very well. Anyhow, I wore the Toronto stuff because, my goodness, as a Leafs fan, they're Tyler. I do not give them a shot in this series. Who does? Nobody. Nobody.
Which is why they might win.
They have to win tonight. They have to win tonight. I think for the mental state to set up the series, they can lose game 2, but then win game 3. Like, they play better on the road. Cam Stewart's coming on Sports Group, me and Wetzel every night and talking about this. They play better on the road because they play that road game. The fans in Toronto, listen, you guys are crazy. And when things start to go south, it gets very uncomfortable. But Berube behind the bench is different. Like, he don't care. I think he's so good. I think they have an outside shot.
He's great in stints. That's why he's moved around so much.
Yeah.
But he can get a team like St. Louis when he took over. He can get a team to focus for a couple of months and go win big. So he's got him playing well. There's no debate. But same thing happened with Winnipeg. Winnipeg goes down 2-0. Hellebuck, the first goal he gave up was horrible. Second goal he gave up wasn't really his fault, but they're down 2-0, and that whole building was a morgue. I mean, that was just silence.
Yeah.
And they didn't get into it till the third period, but they got into it in the third period. Yeah. And then that overwhelming that's the benefit of a Toronto crowd or a Winnipeg crowd. Sure, they're tough and they're crazy when you're losing, but when you're winning, it's a really hard place to play for the opponent.
I'll say it. Florida's the best team right now.
Interesting.
Florida is the best team. Like if they're healthy, adding Marchand, come on. That was perfect.
Yep.
They're getting the goaltending. Florida looks like the best team. And if I had to pick one team in the East to pick to go to the Cup of these four, I'd have to pick Florida. They're the favorite for a reason.
Fair. What about the West? Steve's thinking we're going.
Oh, there's Fish putting in the Stanley Cup Finals right there. Panthers and Knights in the Cup Finals. Well, that's good, you guys. Hockey nuts. Put in your Stanley Cup Finals pick right now. I think the Knights beat the Oilers. And
is this a crazy stat?
I think
Edmonton's
beat the Jets.
Edmonton's been in the Western Conference Finals every year since 2020.
Edmonton has?
Yeah. So Vegas is getting in the way of Edmonton in this streak. And it's Connor McDavid. It's going to put – it's interesting.
The Western Conference Finals that the Knights beat them 2 years ago in?
Yeah.
Oh, because one of them had a bye.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
So this is going to be interesting
1 or 2 seed,
because the Canadian tourist dollar in Vegas has been non-existent for, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months. So this normally would be a takeover. Edmonton fans would come down here in droves. I'll be very curious to see if we see it again. If they're coming down in droves, this is going to test that, wannabe boycott of Canadian people coming to America, coming to Vegas, because they're going to want to be down here for this in games 3 and game 4.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Linus said it. Marchand, Bennett, Kachuk is a nightmare stuff, and that's the second line. You're right, Linus. Edmonton was dead. After 2 games, Edmonton was dead. They changed the goalie and win 4 straight. We talking about how bad the Blues feel, talking about how bad, Colorado feels. I'm sick from the Kings. I am sick. They just blew it up. They fired Rob Blake today.
Yep.
Parted ways. I love this parting of ways thing.
Your team did it. You and Mike Sullivan parted ways. And now Mike Sullivan's the Rangers coach.
They had lunch, apparently, and said, you know what? We're good. You're good. Go coach the Rangers. See you later. Get that big paycheck. You're out. I listen, things have been rough in Pittsburgh while you were gone.
Oh, I know.
It's been a lot, not good.
Pirate fans are big mad.
But he texts me like I can do anything about it. I wish I could, but I can't. I have nothing to do with it. I love to go get them 2 or 3 bats to put in a lineup and, some middle relief to help in between. It's not good. But, yeah, the Penguins a mess. Canadians finished strong. That was a good run, like what they did against Washington.
Fought hard.
No complaints there. Well, Vegas was dead if Numbnuts stays on sides. King of car seats said. I wasn't even going to go with the Minnesota thing.
Oh, well.
Like, how many times did Minnesota got to get to the first round and lose? Seriously. What are you guys doing? I thought they were going to win that too. That game.
I thought we were going 7. So
yeah,
I bet Vegas in 7 after game 4. I said Vegas will win it in 7. It was 2-2. Said Vegas in 7. I didn't think Vegas would win the series, would win game 5, and then win it in game 6 at home. So I was surprised that Vegas won in 6. The Knicks of
Chef B. We'll get to the basketball in a second. Man.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that was tough because I thought that Minnesota looked like the better team at times in that series. And I was like, man, Vegas just doesn't look good. Like power play wasn't clicking like it used to in the regular season. We
did a fun thing here in the house. A friend of mine, his name's Jason, back in Pittsburgh. His son plays hockey.
Okay.
Congratulations, Myron, for making the junior Penguins.
Nice.
He sent us a text while we were in Jersey and said, hey, we're doing a bracket pool. It's $10. Pick the NHL bracket. Pick the result in the number of games.
Oh, good tiebreaker.
Yeah. So Vegas in 6, Vegas in 5, et cetera, et cetera. So Jess did one, Kendall did one, and I did one. So after the first round, Jess is leading.
Oh.
Kendall's in second.
Oh.
I'm in fourth. There's 20-something people in it. So it's been a lot of fun. And they've both been very invested.
Now.
Yes.
Right.
And they're both, rooting for the Knights, but at the same time rooting for their picks.
Of course, like anyone else would.
Keep that in mind. We'll have to do that. I think next year we'll do a bracket for the NHL, which is something different.
Absolutely. It's a great idea. So we'll have a lot of things coming on with hockey. Obviously, we'll watch it and more to come a bit later in the show. To the NBA, where Buddy Hield scored 33. Warriors avoided becoming the 14th team in NBA history to blow a 3-1 lead as they win by dominant fashion last night against the Rockets in Game 7 of their series. Speaking of Minnesota, I mean, Golden State now moves on to take on the Timberwolves. This number opened at 130. It's now 180 for Minnesota. What was with that opener? Because people are calling foul, saying that the bookmakers are way off when it comes to some of these opening numbers.
I think might have had a little to do with the future prices, which you already had invested. So you can, there's way more in the pot on Golden State than there is on Minnesota. Way more. Not personal, just people bet on Golden State. They don't bet on Minnesota. Not saying it means Minnesota's the right side. Although, how's Minnesota not the right side?
I don't know. I mean, we talked about this. JY called it. T-Wolves to beat the Lakers. They dispatched them in 5. Ants walking around streets of LA saying Lakers in 5, Lakers in 5.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a team that's playing with swag right now. The Timberwolves are supremely confident after taking down Luka and the Lakers. I don't know. I mean, I was stunned at the 130 price. I missed it. By the time I got to it, it was 175, and I was like, son of a gun. I want that opening price for the Timberwolves against the Warriors.
Just wait until they win game 2. They're not winning game 1. And that's why the number moved as well. Minnesota wins game 1. Okay. So they bet that light number knowing or thinking that Minnesota's going to win game 1. They're 7-point favorites in game 1. Yeah. So they just take a lead with the series price and then, drive it up. If Minnesota wins, they've laid anywhere between 130, 140, 150, and they're going to take 250. So it's just a math problem. It's nothing. I don't think it's an indicator of what anyone really thinks is going to happen. It was too low, Butchie. You're right. Who wins that series?
T-Wolves.
Ask the chat. Can we give them a poll?
Oh, sure.
Give a poll. Hoop heads. Vote. First poll back. This is what you get when you watch the show live, which we, again, appreciate you do. If you watch the replay on Sports Grid, thank you. Let us know via Twitter, ideally. That because me and Matt are both up usually. Sports Talk Matt, Sports BK can say tag Sports Grid because they like to hear it. Mm-hmm. Or if you're listening on a podcast, which apparently a lot of people do. I did not realize how many people listen to this show at different times throughout the day, which again, we appreciate.
And they were all bummed out because we got them out of their routine for 2 weeks.
I know. Well, I mean, there's people to listen to us walking the dog. There's people to listen to us working out. There's people to listen to us driving to and from work. Sometimes the next day, sometimes a drive home. I don't know. But I think, my first thought, I want to see Golden State win.
You do?
I love Steph.
This is the play. Steph. That's the play. That's the right play.
Warriors plus 2.5 games.
That's
Joe
the right
C. Myers.
That's the
good to see you here, Joe C. Myers.
And if you want to pay less juice, you can take about 1.
Well, it's going 6 or 7 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it would be hard. It's hard for me to see, given the way that Jimmy Butler has transformed that roster and the level of confidence that Steph is playing with Jimmy Butler on the court. He needed that other because Draymond
didn't do squadouche yesterday.
Doesn't need it, right? I mean,
which is the sign of a really strong team, no?
It is, but Buddy Hield was the one. He hit 8 threes. I mean, when you have a guy who goes nuclear from behind the arc like that, you just tip the cap and you go, okay, you beat us. That was the game plan for the Rockets. It was basically, we're going to leave other people open from behind the arc. If they hit the 3, we're dead. They left Buddy Hield open all game long. He hit 8 threes. They were dead. Like that, he scored 33 points, 22 in the second half. So that was just Ime Udoka trying to play the numbers and saying, Steph can't beat us. We can't let Jimmy Butler beat us. Somebody else has to beat us. And it was Buddy Hield. That's who beat the Rockets. I'm going to be very curious to see what the game plan is going to be against Ant, because like the Lakers had no answer defensively. I mean, Jimmy Butler is a good defender, but he can't keep Anthony Edwards from getting to the rim. Like Draymond Green, he can't stop Anthony Edwards from getting to the rim. Who's stopping that dribble penetration for Anthony Edwards? Because if he gets to the rim consistently, that's where Gobert comes in from behind with the offensive rebounds and the kick out to the open shooters.
Okay. No. He says Gobert comes in from behind. We're back. We're all the way back. So that's all.
So that's going to be, to me, that's where I'm looking for defensively. What do the Warriors have for that dribble drive that destroyed the Lakers? Like they had no shot and no chance because the rebounding numbers were being skewed and the key rebounds were all going to the Timberwolves. So I like Minnesota to win the series, but it's hard to not at least give them a chance. Like they have a puncher's chance, the Warriors do, given their pedigree. And it's Steph Curry. I mean, it's the greatest shooter to walk the earth. So
Ian Lights Out said Golden State don't have the size or skill in the front court. Their front line will get crushed.
I think he's right. I'm with him. Same with the Lakers. It was the same problem. I mean, they've got the size to dominate the glass. Draymond Green also can't get technicals and, make stupid plays. Like Draymond Green's got to play within himself. He must cause the Timberwolves players to get frustrated and for them to make mistakes and for them to lose their cool. If it's Draymond, he's losing his cool. This could be a 5-game series.
Nikki Ciramello, Minnesota isn't scared. Over under Draymond Green text for the series? Probably 1.
6.
Right? For the series? 1 or 2. That's all. I think 1.
Refs are going to rule.
Maybe. I don't know. What's
if they do, that's good.
Game? Let's see. Golden State, Minnesota, 208 and a half, 209.
I bet the over.
I mean, that is the lowest total of all of them.
I bet the over in the game yesterday at 203 and a half for Golden State and Houston. And I watched the entire game and I was kicking myself the entire time because I don't think Golden State is that potent offensively. Like I think they can hit big shots, but like they don't scare me. Like, they're not going to do what Boston and OKC can do or Cleveland.
Nope.
Like, Boston, Oklahoma City, and Cleveland can all drop 130 on your head.
Or Indiana. Don't leave them out.
I don't know if Indiana can drop 130 consistently. At times they can. But, I mean, look, I was on them yesterday. I took the 8 points. I thought the number was crazy. I was like, how are you giving the Pacers 8 points? They went 2-0 in Cleveland. They're now 3-0 this year in Cleveland, by the way. Pacers have yet to lose a game in Cleveland. More on them in a second, but I don't fear this Warriors offense the way that I used to. This is not the Splash Brothers. This is not
even
Clay
close.
And Steph. This is so. I don't know. Does coaching pedigree in the series matter? Of course it matters. Of course, you're talking about Steve Kerr, one of the best coaches, championship caliber coaches. Greg Popovich disciple. And the time that Pop steps away from coaching now with the Spurs. Yes, coaching goes a big advantage to the Warriors, but he ain't playing the game. He's just coaching the game.
Brandon Barber, good to see you in the chat from the X. I love it. I love the Twitter responses and comments. That's great. Early indications are that Minnesota is going to beat Golden State by our votes. 73% so far. People have voted for Minnesota. The brigade is on.
If I must still be drunk, right? With the Pacers, somebody has to, you got to explain the price. Cleveland's down 0-1 and they're still 225 favorites in the series. Books are not giving the Pacers a shot in hell to win this series, and they lead it 1-0.
It's bizarre. They didn't even move the price. That was the opener. Like 240. Maybe they ticked it down a notch, but like that was the opener. So we're going back 1-1. That's done. They play tomorrow. What's the number? I didn't look. 9, 10, 9.
big.
Oh, 9.5. There we go.
It's big.
Okay. Yeah. Cleveland tomorrow. We'll talk about that on the show tomorrow. Yeah.
But still, I mean, it's
hell of a performance by the Pacers. I only saw the highlights, boys. I
watched every second of it.
I watched 1 second of it.
I will say that in terms of how Cleveland's matching up with Indiana, if Donovan Mitchell is going to shoot that poorly from behind the 3-point line, he can get to the rim all he wants. Indiana is perfectly comfortable with allowing Donovan Mitchell to be a 2-point machine, get to the rim, dunk, do whatever you got to do. They're fine with it because they're going back to the old math problem that the Celtics play with and the Thunder play with. You score 2, we score 3. And we feel better about us hitting our 3s. And when you score your 2s, great. Do your little dunky doos and get everyone cheering. And we're going to go nail 3s. And you're going to lose because we're able to hit more and get more points for our shots than your shots, which is what happened yesterday. Whenever there was a big moment, the Pacers hit a big 3. And they've got 5 guys on the floor at basically any given time who all can hit 3s. Even Turner can knock down 3s when they need it. So, I mean, that was a big game for the Pacers in terms of their confidence that, hey, we did it in the regular season. Let's see if we can do it in the playoffs. They're 4-1 this year against the Cleveland Cavaliers overall.
Yeah, I see Pierre in the cut. He said he'll never fade the home team again. LOL. You better not, Pierre. You did it last year. You got him. I don't know. That's yikes, man. I don't know. I really, what I saw with Cleveland destroying Miami said, oh man, Cleveland's got a shot. Like legit, Cleveland's got a shot to beat Boston.
Sure.
The Knicks have no shot of beating Boston. I don't know who needs to hear that right now, but listen, boys and girls.
This price is nuts.
It was fun. It was fun.
This price is nuts.
And Brunson hitting that shot was awesome.
Great.
Right. And Mike Breen's call, bang, bang.
Great.
Love it. Absolute awesomeness.
Boston Celtics are 4-0 this year against the Knicks. The Knicks are 0-10 this year against the 3 best teams in the NBA.
Bye-bye.
0-4 against Boston, 0-4 against Cleveland, and 0-2 against OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they are going to get housed. Boston playing the Knicks tonight is going to be like when you try to bench and you max out when you're bench and you do like 400 pounds or whatever your max bench is, and then you go to like 125 and you're like, whoo, this is light. This is easy, because that's going to be the Knicks defense versus what the Magic was. Magic beat up Boston. They beat them in 5 games. I think Boston scores 130 points tonight. Boston scores a ton of points.
Just type it in the chat, boys and girls. Does Boston minus, hold on, I'll get you the current
It's
number.
a lot. It's a lot of points.
-9
Yeah.
is the current number. You want Boston -9 or the Knicks +9?
Yeah, lay the 9.
Rainmaker 512. Screw the Knicks. The Pistons lost that series more than the Knicks won.
There were 2 games in the fourth quarter where they led within 5 minutes to go and they blew it. So
damn.
I think that's right. I think he's absolutely correct. Yeah. 100. I was just throwing a number out, King of Car Seats. I was just hypothetically. I mean, I don't think I've ever, my max bench in my life was like 225. So
yeah, hold on.
I've never, I was just throwing.
Right.
Yes, Boston team total over. Boston first half team total over. Boston in the first half this year, they've scored 74, 61, and 64 points in games that they cared in the first half, and then scored 52 points in April when they didn't give a flip and they turned it on in the second half, went to overtime and won the game anyway. It was like, all right, we got to play basketball today. And they went out and beat the Knicks. So when it matters, they've scored over 60 points in the first half in all 3 games. Tonight will be the same thing. On banner night, when the Boston Celtics dropped banner number 18, they scored 74 points against the Knicks. Do you remember that game? Do you remember how many points they scored? How fast they got out to a gigantic lead? They knocked the Knicks out in the first quarter. It could happen tonight in a very similar way if Boston's 3s are going down.
Whew.
Knicks can't keep up.
Knicks are winning 1 game in a series.
If
so
that.
I don't, I mean,
Well,
Boston's
fine.
winning tonight. You can put that in your money line parlays, put something with it.
Yeah, right.
This would be the biggest surprise of the night.
Yeah.
If the Knicks went to Boston and won the first game.
Yeah. But what do you make of this game in this series?
This is interesting.
The Denver Nuggets have the number 2 option MVP. They've got the best passing center, arguably in history.
And they got Russ.
I don't care about Russell Westbrook. Can we please stop talking about Russell Westbrook? He's not that important. I know he talks a lot, okay, but Murray is way more important to their success in this series to me than Russell Westbrook off the bench is. But it's SGA. It's the Thunder.
Yeah.
And they're $8 favorites.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston is $9 favorites by, this is the Nuggets or the Knicks. I have a really hard time with this. What am I missing? Denver has no shot, according to this number.
Pretty much. I think it's a depth issue. I don't think Denver over a series is going to be able to keep up and actually win a series. Can they win 2 games? Yeah, sure. Can they win 3? Maybe. They can't win 4. That's what this tells me. But what goodness.
If Jokic scores like 40, 20, and 10 a night? What if he does something, just goes and becomes like supernova Jokic?
Right.
I don't know. I just have a hard time looking at this Nuggets team and saying, like, yeah, you're the Knicks. Like, you guys are in the same category as the New York Knicks against the Boston Celtics when you're playing the Thunder.
You guys are great. You were texting me on the socials as well on Twitter, Sports BK concerned for Tommy the Lip and Vegas Greg and stuff, and all the people that had the Clippers.
I was so mad at myself too, because I should have bet it pre, and I had the Clippers price. I bet them to win the series. I bet them to win the championship. I had a perfect hedge opportunity.
You didn't take Denver in Game 7.
I took Denver way too late. I think I took Denver like -5 or something. It covered, but I was scrambling. I lost money.
Clippers were actually up 6 at one point in that game.
Yeah, that's when I should have bet Denver, and I didn't. That was the time I should have bet. I shouldn't have laid anything. I should have gone ahead and come in with plus on Denver.
Right.
Instead, I was laying. Wow. Jokic looks slow and old. Wow. Not sure I agree with that.
I don't know. He did at times. He started the one game. He was like 0 for 5, couldn't make a shot. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to end bad for them. I don't think this is going to be a lay down. I don't think the Nuggets are going to win the series, though.
I mean, Denver media is talking so much. This is when we expose the Thunder. This is when the experience plays out that OKC has never been to this depth of a water before, that the Nuggets are going to drag them to. I don't know. I'll say this. If they're going to win the series, Jokic has to be the best player on the court. He has to outplay SGA.
He should be the best player in the league. He has to carry them. He has to win them this series. There's no other way. This is the Joker's going to do his thing, guaranteed. Chris Warren. Yeah. Were there 3 R's in that? Chris Warren? Yeah, looks like there were 3 R's. Got me. What's the bet in this series?
Take the games.
-1.5.
Take the games. No, I would take, if you can get 2.5 on Denver, take 2.5. Should be able to get 2.5. Hold on, let me see.
Well, if you take OKC -1.5, that covers everything but a 7-game series. I don't think the series is going 7 games.
So if you want to take Denver plus 2.5 games, it's plus 104.
What's just OKC -1.5?
Minus 265.
It's better than the series price, no?
Yeah, 820. Yeah. Yeah. It's better than series price. That series price is insane. Like, what are you doing?
And OKC's not losing tonight.
No.
Although, could they get caught tonight?
They could, sure. Like
the night they get caught.
Like Cleveland.
Denver just played Saturday.
Adrenaline.
OKC could be the rest versus rust factor.
Yep. Adrenaline. Keep going. Keep it running. Not crazy. Aaron Gordon's the X factor, where you got trouble then, Vic, because Aaron Gordon is Not a very big fan of Aaron Gordon. I like him, but like, I don't know. Dave's been off for a long time, Addison. He's got a bunch in the holster. He's going to pull out the
It's
6-seater.
crazy. I had the NBA hats set up before, and I haven't touched them. Ironically, I have every team here
that's still left.
Except I don't have a Pacers hat.
Oh, Pierre in the cut. You got to fix that.
I'm gonna have to find a Pacers hat. I don't have a Pacers hat. I don't bring the Cleveland one over because they're not playing tonight.
Okay.
But yeah, the hats are on the desk. They're literally right here. They're sitting in the holster right here. There's 3 of them. And we're 3 deep. When the Maple Leafs was 4, this is number 5. So if you bet over 4.5 hats on the return of the show, cash the ticket.
Oh, Pierre in the cut says he's got you. There we go. You don't need a Pacers hat? Yes, he does.
Butchie!
Why not?
He's saying it'll be done in a week.
Oh, Brendan, you did miss the hockey portion of the show. Sorry. Rewind the show. The whole first half an hour on the show was all in the hockey playoffs. Sorry.
Brandon, I had the Toronto stuff on.
Yeah, he was all over the Toronto stuff.
Game's going over tonight.
Which game?
The hockey game.
5.5, right?
Let's double check. Get the current number.
It's 5.5, right?
Current number is. Oh, that took a long time to refresh. Holy crap. 5.5 under minus 25 or 20.
Wow.
Game's going under. I mean, what I say? Over.
Say it.
Over.
I told you about new toys. We have new toys. News of the industry, things we have talked about quite a bit here on the program. We will now have a segment for that every day when we get into these things, because the Kalshi conversations and all the other things that we've gotten into and the noise this show has made over the last couple of months. So we now have a new sweeper sounder that we will roll into with news of the industry. Dave sent me this while I was on break, and I'm not going to lie. My stomach dropped a little bit when I saw this, because this is kind of wild. Wheel of Fortune host Ryan Seacrest, American Idol host as well, who is the official celebrity endorser for the Chumba Casino, which is an online casino, has been sued for promoting and advertising illegal gambling in California by promoting the popular sweepstakes casino website via social media and other advertising channels. I have bumped into the Ryan Seacrest Chumba Casino ad numerous places. I mean, I'm talking numerous places.
All over the place.
I have seen this to the point where I brought it up to you, and I was like, I don't know what's going on with these guys, but what are they doing? Because they have no fear. And now Ryan Seacrest himself, not the sweepstakes casino, Ryan Seacrest is getting sued for doing this.
Ryan Seacrest got the money.
He's got a lot of money.
They always come for the money when they do the lawsuits, right? Pretty familiar with Chumba. I mean, the sweepstakes are very, very unafraid. They've been very aggressive in their marketing. They got a lot of big names. I mean, we spoke to a few of them. That was the first thing that I said when I saw it. I was like, whew, not that they would come after us. I got nothing. Zero. The kids got everything. I have nothing. And, I know what you got too. Coming after BvB, good luck. Because you're looking at it. You ain't going to get much.
Blood from a stone. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, you get some hats. I mean, we're hanging on. We're trying to do the best we can. But this is that shot fired. Like, what's going on in the last couple of weeks with the sweeps? There's more cease and desist orders. There's letters going out to them. There's going after now endorsers. I mean, Ryan Seacrest is a pretty big name. So, I mean, it kind of goes, what does it mean for future celebrities? Do you think it means that they turn these things down?
Yes, 100%. The thing about endorsements, the thing about being the face of a product, the thing that has always been said for, I've been in media now for 25 years, what has always been the shield, if you want to call it that, I'm just the endorser. I don't have anything to do with what they're doing. I'm just being paid to use my name, image, and likeness for you guys to go and market your product. If you really want to go after somebody, those are the people. You go after the product. You don't go after me. I'm just the mouthpiece. Like I don't know what they do day to day. I don't know what laws they're breaking. I don't know what operational, their whole game plan is. I'm just the guy telling you, hey, I'm Ryan Seacrest. Play Chumba Casino. You're going after the guy who is the face. He has no stake in the casino. He's not a license holder in the casino. He's just the marketing wing. And they're going after him because, like you said, he's got deep pockets.
He got the cash.
But that's going to scare anyone else who is associated with this stuff of going, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not doing that. I'm going to wind up in a courtroom. Someone's going to sue me for that.
Sound like any meetings we've had?
Yes. Yes.
Because I ain't going to jail for nobody. I ain't going to jail for nobody. I mean, and I've used that exact line. I ain't going to jail for nobody. So if the money you got to give me to do it and say it, it ain't big enough. I mean, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
In life in general. It's very hard. I came across, it's unbelievable how like the phones 100% are spying on us and things come up. And I had a quote from, I guess, the movie Lansky, but it was, if you lose your money, you lose nothing. If you lose your health, you lose something. If you lose your reputation, you lose everything.
Ooh.
And I went, wow, how important is that for people to hear right now, all the time, but right now with what's going on in the world and the country and the this and the that. And I thought, that's going to go on that. I'm going to mention that for when we do this industry thing, because I think a lot of people scrambling right now. A lot of people looking to try to stay alive, let alone keep shows alive or prove to someone that you're worth something. Got to be careful who you associate with.
It's an interesting point, and it's one that in terms of like our dynamic between the two of us, it's one thing that you've talked about probably the strongest in terms of like you are very, look, that logo right there, that logo right there. It's not the NFL shield, but you kind of treat it that way. That like, yeah. that if that's going to be associated with anything, we have to be comfortable long-term, not short-term, as to who they are and what they're going to be. I don't always think like that. I'll be honest. I'm not always built that way. I'm built more on the level of like, okay, it's media. Figure out what way take it now and we'll worry about it later. Right. And Ryan Seacrest did the same thing. He said, take it now, worry about it later. The problem is he got a lawsuit handed to him. The later part was a legal document being handed to him saying, I'll see you in court on June whatever.
Can you imagine? Like he's busy doing all American Idol and all this other stuff. Oh, wait, I did what? They're doing what? I don't know.
Secrets. It's a great point, Tommy. And I thought the same thing, that wait a minute, they didn't put a clause in there that let him out of any. And I don't know. We'll find out whether there's a clause in there that lets him off the hook. But if he's promoting an illegal act, right? So like say I was being paid by like a Colombian drug cartel to advertise heroin, right?
Which we're not.
I'm just saying, just say I was, right?
That's fine. Allegedly,
allegedly I'm the face of a heroin drug cartel, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Does that clause really save me? Like, just because it's like, hey, by the way, you can't come after me because I'm promoting something that's illegal, but I have a clause that protects me. So I think the argument would be, I don't care what the clause says, he's promoting an illegal activity. So you can clause yourself to death and try to indemnify yourself as much as you want, but you're still promoting something that's illegal in nearly every state in America. So that I think might fall on deaf ears.
Well, and I mean, and they're making it illegal. Like it was illegal, but it wasn't never really illegal until now they're saying it's illegal, and then they're just it's insane.
Well, in California, it's always been illegal, really. I mean, the sweepstakes conversation is an awesome one. But the iGaming casino part, like the social sports book side of things in California, that's still in the gray area. But California believes that any iGaming on a casino standpoint is illegal.
Yeah,
You can't do it.
Murky.
Sweepstakes or no sweepstakes, you can't do it. Like you're just not able to do it. So like if you're promoting an illegal act, it doesn't really matter if that clause is there to say, hey, I can't be held.
First freeze. 1 hour mark of the show. First freeze. Look at that face. Back, yeah. There it is. He's back. All right,
So,
good.
I mean, there's just that. I mean, that's one of those, like, I don't know what the lawyers are going to do with that, but that is not a good situation for Ryan Seacrest. He is 100% in trouble with that. I told you the order is a little bit switched up. You guys might go like, wait, the show's ending. No, it's not. We're going to move this up. This was a request by you guys during our vacation to have different parts of the show be moved up, namely Bettor to Book. So you guys who are watching the show, who normally see this at the end of the show, we're now getting it in the middle part of the show as we'll go over games tonight. And also it's good because it gets on an earlier part of Sports Grid. So it's not just the late night owls who will get this. You will get Bettor to Book it as part of the main show now. Instead of just being part of bonus time, you're going to get it during the main show today for this.
Yep.
And these are plays I have made. And Dave, if you're new, he'll say bet it or book it. If he likes it, he'll say bet it. If he doesn't, he'll say book it. So 3 or more plays that I'll bring to Dave's and the debut of a new segment next after this. You want to hang on for that.
I love this.
Celtics first half team total tonight against the Knicks. 74, 61, 64, and 52 are the 4 numbers Boston has put up against the Knicks in the first half of this season. That 52, though, was in New York in April when it didn't matter and Boston still won the game anyway in overtime, but they have scored 74 and 64 points in the first half at home against the Knicks this year. The number is 56.5 or 57.5.
They're -5 in the first half. I don't know. I'm almost rather play them -5 in the first half. Total's low. Why is the total so low?
Because they think the Knicks are going to play like the Magic. I don't get it either.
I don't understand.
I think this is a gift in game 1, and I think we'll never see this number. This price will be gone.
This
number
low.
will be gone. This will be gone game 2. We will not get this number again.
Yeah, 59.5 or 60.
Yeah.
Game 2.
It'll go back to what it normally is, which is 58 to 62. That's the number that I bet all year long for Boston team total in the first half. It's 58 to 62.
Look at
And
this.
game 2.
Roger Long came in the chat, said Brunson and Towns can't defend. Bet it. Confident. Senior member of the brigade, Roger Long, just came in there and said it. I think it's a bet.
Brandon, the reason why I freeze and Dave doesn't is because my computer's the one running the show.
Yes.
So that's why. So if you're curious why
I just link in. He's running all these fancy doodads that we've got now
that pop up.
Yeah. So when he goes to switch a tab or move this or put this up there,
frozen.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Frozen. Oh, I'm going to make you bet the NBA. Yes.
Oh, shiz.
We're going to make you bet the NBA, Addison, today on this.
Welcome to the club.
It's just this number is too low. I mean, this is because of what happened with Boston, because Boston in the series against the Magic only went over this number 2 times. In the 5 games, they were 2-3 to the first half team total. And one of the times, Jason Tatum hit a 3 with 1 second to go in the half to push it over.
Yeah.
Like it just got over, like literally just got over. So that's why.
What was the number for the Orlando series? Pretty much
52.5, 54.5.
Lower than this?
Oh yeah, really low against Orlando. Yeah,
Wow.
in one of the first half, Boston scored 47 points.
No, I know what they scored. I just was wondering what the number was. I didn't look.
Because Magic the referees allowed Orlando to turn that series into a wrestling match. And Joe Mazzulla loved it. Like Joe Mazzulla was like, what's the problem? Like, make us bleed.
Right.
Like he wanted more. Like Joe Mazzulla wanted. There's a really funny article, by the way, today in the Boston Globe about Joe Mazzulla 3 years ago going to Costa Rica for, I think it was 6 or 7 days, where he hiked in the rainforest barefoot for 3 days amongst like alligators and poisonous snakes.
Really?
like Missoula is just, he is by far my favorite coach in Boston right now. He is such a lunatic. It's unbelievable how much that guy.
I love that guy.
Yeah, how could you not? He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's just so fun on this. So yeah, I think tonight Boston gets back to the way they're supposed to be. I don't care that the wind is blowing in. Give me over Cubs and the Giants. The Cubs are 9-4-1 to the over at Wrigley this year. The Giants are 13-4-1 to the over on the road this year. I know everyone loves this Matthew Boyd cat. I think he's due. The opposing batting average for Matthew Boyd is over 315 right now. And yet he's only given up a couple of earned runs at home at Wrigley. I think he gets hit tonight against this Giants team.
Really?
Give me over 7.
Jeez.
Going against everybody.
Yeah. Let's see. 7.5, under 20, under 20.
I agree. Tommy, I agree. He's Fugazi. I agree. I don't believe he's the same. I don't think he's there.
Okay.
Long think for you.
Under. I think this is I'll say book it. I'm going to give you one back though.
Okay.
Cubs money line. Bet it or book it. It's minus 160 is the market price right now.
What am I getting for the Giants on the comeback?
Plus 140. We're
Give me
running a fair book here. We're
give me
trying
the
to
Giants.
give you a fair price.
Give me the Giants.
Okay.
Give me that. Give me their offense.
It's a 15-cent line for a lot of places. So you
You
can
you can fade him, J-Dow. It's not crazy. He hasn't been good. I'll give you that.
I like the Cubs. I say that's a bet. Giants are 2-8 in their last 10 against lefties.
Okay, but they
not
score
good against lefties.
They score. Cubs score. I like the over better. And so I'm picking a side. Over 7. And then I have a Cinco de Mayo parlay for you.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, you ready?
It's May 5th, yeah. You froze.
There we go.
Come on, Jack. Now you're back.
I knew I froze because the thing wouldn't load. I was like, wait a minute, it's not loading. Astros, Padres, 2 cities that simply love Cinco de Mayo. I've only been in Houston on Cinco de Mayo. I had never been in San Diego on Cinco de Mayo, but I've heard the parties in San Diego are legendary. The Yankees stink. Give me the Padres on the road today against the Yankees. And then we're with Nick Pivetta on the mound, by the way. And then we're taking the Astros money line here as well today. It's kind of a pick-em game for the Astros today. But it's a plus 363.
If the Yankees and the Padres play, apparently it's a huge chance of rain and not happening tonight. So that stinks. The Padres are definitely live.
Okay.
Astros.
Blanco's not caca. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Blanco.
Give me Blanco on Cinco de Mayo. It's going to be good.
Oh, man. I don't know. I am with JPC to fourth. Blanco is caca. I don't know. I think the Brewers will win the game.
Brewers are caca. The Brewers are horrible.
The Brewers aren't really good either.
They stink.
Let's be perfectly honest about that.
And the kid that they got pitching stinks too for the Brewers.
Yeah.
Brewers stink. And it's a quick little trip from the Astros have lost 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. You don't think they're pissed off going to Milwaukee? You can't lose 2 out of 3 against the White Sox.
It happens.
That's embarrassing. You can't do that. Can't do that. Got to go up there and take care of business now. Astros go and take care of business tonight up against Milwaukee.
How about the A's, by the way? That's my other bet or book it today for you, sidewise. I got the A's against the Mariners in Miller.
A's are red hot.
The Mariners are literally second best record in the American League.
A's have been red hot, though.
The A's have been good.
I would take the A's.
I like the A's tonight.
Give me the A's. New segment, which we've never done before, but you guys are asking for it. I'm going to give Dave a prop bet each and every day.
Did you run that whole thing?
Yep, just a quickie, just a sweeper.
Okay.
Just a quick little BvB prop bet of the day. We're going to go to basketball today on this for Bettor or Book It on this. It's a continuation of Bettor or Book It, but it's a prop bet of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Karl Anthony Towns Over 21.5 points and assists tonight against the Celtics is minus 103. Karl Anthony Towns in the games against the Celtics this season, the last 2 games, back on the 8th of April, he had 36 points and assists. On the 23rd of February, he had 24 points and assists. And he's been getting this number consistently, although the last 2 games against Detroit, he didn't get it. But in the previous 5, he went 4-1 against this number of 21.5 points and assists. I feel about Karl Anthony Towns over.
Who's covering him?
Most likely it's going to be Porzingis, Al Horford at times as well.
Under. I'll say under. I mean, when we do this, I'm going to shade to the under more often than not. It's not always against, but I'm more of an under person. When you see over,
he might score 25 tonight. He might get this just on the points alone. Forget the assists. He may just get the points.
Yeah.
And you can bet that if you want. If you want to just bet his points props, you can do that. I mean, that prop is 19.5.
Hoop heads, put that in there. What do you think? Right, he's only his assist number's 2.5.
And it's heavily juiced to the under. He doesn't pass.
He doesn't get assists, right?
No, he doesn't pass. But it's basically just like you'll fall into an assist or two. Like he'll just, luckily get a couple of them. He had in his games, he's had 2, 1, 1, and 1 his last 4 games for assists. Like it's just not consistent.
Basically betting the points prop.
Yes.
Essentially.
And you could do that, but you may get him to have 2 or 3. You never know. He's had games. He had 5 back on the 19th. In the series against Detroit, he had games where he had 5. For game 1, game 2, he had
heads, not poop heads, Bear. Hoop heads, hoop heads, basketball. You guys betting this over or under? I did not just call you poop heads, Bear. I did not. I promise.
We have 18 and 36 for what, Butchie? 18 points?
18 plus, yeah.
I think Karl Anthony Towns.
So does he get 20 points?
Yeah, because I think he's going to have to. He's going to be the guy, because I think Boston's going to take away Brunson. So it's going to have to be Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh.
Bridges.
Second freeze, third freeze. Somebody's on your internet. Somebody's trying to crash the show. Get off Matt's internet. Let us go. We have 30 more minutes. Let's go.
Yeah, it's lunchtime. It's 12:45. It's lunchtime. That's what happens. Everyone comes home for lunch. They wind up getting going. We'll close out a couple of things though on that. Different increments and prices. Okay. Look, it's possible, Ian, that they shut everybody down defensively. Yes, that's 100%. But I think in terms of who gets the shots tonight, I think you're going to see Cat get quite a bit. He's going to have to be, to me, he's the whole X factor for this offense. He has to be huge. And I think Boston's okay with him scoring a lot of points. It's everybody else they want to stop. Brunson in particular. You got to stop that penetration with Brunson. So I'll be excited to see this game, how Boston defends, but I think Cat has the potential to have a pretty big game scoring here tonight.
Okay.
So over 21.5 for that. Old segment, new song. Otani watches back.
Love that.
Different song though.
That's okay.
And back in the right hat.
Yeah, the hat looked good. Good job, Sornick.
It's the right Excellent hat for Otani. Yeah. We're not worried about that. The Dodgers are in need of arms. They keep on getting guys hurt. But Otani is still
Does it matter? Like they just keep winning.
I don't know. They haven't been great. Like I think in terms of
get the best record in baseball.
I know, but expectation wise, they haven't been like they're not going to go over their as of right now. They're not going over their win total.
I saw a great tweet. They're actually one game better right now than they were last year at this point.
Right, but they're 23-11. They have 11 losses. They're 8-8 on the road. 8-8 on the road. People thought they were going to wind up winning 120 games.
23-11 is 12 games over 500.
They're not winning 120.
It's May 5th.
They're not going to win.
No, they're not winning 120, but they may win 105.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'll give you that. People thought they'd break the record though for the most wins of all time. I was like, that ain't happening. They're not coming near the Mariners. But
Well, everybody thinks that everybody's going to win in March. Nobody thinks about people how much they're going to lose in March.
right.
Never.
But them being a 500 road team is somewhat surprising. That's not what we expected. They only have a half a game lead on the Padres, who are 22-11. They're 23-11. The
Padres are fun to watch, man. That's a good baseball team.
The one vulnerability that the Dodgers have is pitching. But according to Dave Roberts, who was asked yesterday, Ohtani is still a couple of months away from pitching in an MLB game. Months.
They should keep that in their back pocket all season.
I would agree, right? Just have it be in the playoffs.
Just keep talking about it, saying, "Yeah, he's a month away. Yeah, he's 6 weeks away. No, he's a month away. Now he's probably still about 2 weeks maybe away. I don't, and let everybody go, man, when is this guy going to pitch? And let them think about it. Because all he needs to do is come out of the bullpen once and mow down the ninth inning, and it's over. Like you got a closer. Can you imagine? We have a stinger, Ohtani stinger. Great job against Sonic. What? I don't even know how he would come in. What would they do? That would bring down. I would absolutely stop everything.
Right?
Doing. Ohtani's in a game. Put it on. Stop.
Right.
That's it. Right? He's pitching.
I mean, it's weird that they haven't talked about the closer role. Like they've said he's going to be our starter or one of our 5 starters.
Yeah.
And I know he wants to do that, but like you've heard John Smoltz talk about it. You've heard other baseball pitchers who have become closers talk about it, of going like, look, in high leverage situations, it's different when you're in a game as a hitter and then you have to go out to the bullpen and warm up and then come into a game if you're not used to it. I'll give you that. But in a high leverage pressure pass situation where I need 3 outs from Ohtani, I'd much rather give him the ball in that moment than have him go out there and be exhausted and pitch, 100 pitches in 6 innings. Yet they haven't even talked about this. He hasn't even taken, I guess he has not thrown a slider yet since the Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the next step.
I don't need him pitching and grinding out 6 2/3 in St. Louis in July, melting on the mound and then having to, hit the next day for 4 days. And then, oh, by the way, yeah, we come home and now you got, a start against the Giants or the Padres in Dodger Stadium. I don't need all that. I don't think, yes, he's going to come back as a starter because that's what he is.
Right.
But I'm good with him just doing what you're doing. I don't know. Who's this guy tonight? Is that Darius Kasparaitis?
For
the Dodgers?
Sounds right.
No, that was a hockey reference. Darius Kasparaitis was a defenseman for the Islanders and then the Penguins.
No idea who's pitching tonight for the Dodgers.
Kasparaitis.
I was asked this question.
Mm-hmm.
You have one at bat for your life. In today's baseball setting, Aaron Judge or Ohtani, who are you sending up to the plate?
Ooh.
Guys, in case you don't know, Aaron Judge is batting .423 with 33 RBIs, 11 home runs, an OPS that's through the roof, slugging, which is so far ahead of like everyone in Major League Baseball. It's actually comical. He has 55 hits, which is the most in Major League Baseball, 10 more than the next person. Or Ohtani, who is Shohei Ohtani.
I think right now I'd pick Judge.
I think I would too.
Right. That's a good question for the chat. Who would you pick, guys? Shohei or Judge?
For your life. One at bat for your life. In today's baseball, not like, all time. Like this is who they are today. Like this is happening in today's time with where Judge is right now versus where Ohtani is right now, which by the way is not like bad. I'm not saying Shohei, who is bad by any means. He has 8 home runs, and he's still Shohei Ohtani. He's just not right now doing like things we haven't seen before. Judge is doing things we haven't seen before.
Santana said Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr. is hitting pretty good too. He's got the longest hitting streak in baseball right now.
He does.
Kyle Schwarber has the biggest, longest on base streak right now.
Batting .242. Schwarber is.
He's finding a way to walk every game, if nothing else.
Ohtani's line right now is 294 with 8 home runs and 11 RBIs. On base percentage of 399, slugging of 571, OPS of 970. By comparison, Aaron Judge, OPS is 510, slugging is 777, and OPS is 1.287, which is ridiculous.
Oh, the Dodgers changed the pitcher to Jack Dreyer, an opener today.
Great.
They're just making a mockery of the entire thing. They're
Yes.
like, Jack, go give us an inning or two. We'll figure the rest out later.
You know what, CBW? It's probably a good question. Is this in October or today? This is today, because today, regular season Aaron Judge, I would agree. Playoff Aaron Judge is a whole different version.
Whoa.
It's true. I
Calm
mean,
down.
Judge would crumble under the pressure.
Chef Benny, come on.
It's not wrong.
You'd be dead.
I mean, until Judge proves he can do it in the playoffs. I mean, you can't be afraid of Aaron Judge in the playoffs. I'm not. No one is at the moment. That hat is so busy.
Got every emblem on there.
That is the busiest hat you own.
It's every one. It's heavy.
It's
it's heavy.
Of course, with all those logos, it looks like it's heavy.
It literally like it's not just a regular hat. It's very heavy. It has all of them on there.
This is for JC from KC because we were off and the Royals got red hot. They went 11-4 while we were off, Dave.
That was JC from KC's segment. We thought about this. We thought about you, JC. Pretty impressive. They're not even in first place.
But still, they're back into the wild card conversation.
Well, yeah, they're right there.
I mean, they have they're tied for the second wild card at the moment with the A's of all teams.
Reagan's easy tonight, no?
It's the White Sox, yeah.
Wow, this thing's steaming down. Who's betting this? What bots are betting this? They're taking the White Sox.
Wow,
yeah, it's down to minus 215.
Taking the White Sox?
Yeah, minus 215. We'll take back a plus 190 now.
Royals are doing a cool off. Is that why?
Oh.
I mean, they've won 5 of 6, 11 of 14.
The White Sox aren't even wearing those City Connects.
Those
City Connects?
unis are awesome.
You like them?
Oh my God, I love them. I don't like them. I love them.
The red.
Yeah, the Bulls. White Sox crossover unis are awesome. Oh, I think more teams can do that. You just can't do that because Reinsdorf owns them both. The only reason why you can do that is because this guy owns both teams. So you can license it and be okay.
Did you see the new the Red Sox City Connects?
I don't buy it until I see it. I don't believe that it's true.
Okay.
Is it true?
I haven't got confirmation yet.
It can't be true. I'm calling BS on it until I see them actually wearing Fenway green monster green uniforms. I really hope that that's not true because it looks awful.
Yeah.
The Boston Marathon neon yellow was awesome. That was cool. That was a great tribute. It made sense. It was cool. The connection was awesome. It took a second because you're like, wait, that's the Dodger. No, I get it. I know why they did it. It was a nice homage to the Boston Marathon. I don't understand those green uniforms if those are real. It can't be real.
Was it Celtics green too?
And it kind of looks like, but it's meant for the green monster.
Okay.
It's green monster green uniforms for Boston. I was like, come on. That cannot be what the Red Sox are going to be sporting. It looks brutal.
Right before the show, I tweeted the Diamondbacks. They did a purple and teal.
Okay.
They're pretty sharp.
Okay.
They're pretty sharp.
I like what baseball's doing. I like more what minor league baseball is doing with their alternative logos in alternative team names.
Yep.
Like I think that's really creative and really funny to come up with different names and different teams. And like, I like that a lot. I think that's what minor league baseball is supposed to be. And I think the Savannah Bananas success has proven to people that don't take baseball so damn seriously. People want to have fun. So let's joke around and have cool things. Yeah, there you go. This
is the Vegas one. The Gamblers.
The Vegas Gamblers, which I think that should be their names anyway. But I'm not a very big fan of the Aviators personally. Yeah. But I think the Gamblers should be what they call themselves anyway, because that logo is awesome.
It is pretty sharp.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I keep this one handy. I wear this one out a lot.
Yeah,
just
awesome.
Yeah,
it's great.
The Royals win. Yes.
Yeah, yes. The Rockies are 2-17 on the road. They have 6 wins on May 5th. How many wins were they going to wind up with in your mind? Because I'm going to cash my ticket now under 59.5. We're good. We're cashing that ticket. But how many games are they going to win this season? They have 6 right now.
Yeah, so we did it. Wetzel and I did it on Sports Grid for May, 29 games, and I made the number 6.5.
I think under.
Did you see the schedule?
Yes, under. I did it last night.
Terribly hard.
Terribly hard. So
Yeah.
those of you who don't know, tomorrow they start a 3-game series at home against the Tigers, then the Padres, then they go on the road to Texas and Arizona. They're home for Philadelphia and the New York Yankees, at the Mets, at the Cubs, at the Mets, at the Marlins, and then I guess that's May. And then we
That's
end
it, right?
Yeah, because June's no picnic either. June's the Mets, the Giants at home, at the Braves, at Washington, Arizona, the Dodgers, at Milwaukee. I mean, I think your number might be good till July 4th.
No, they'll win a couple in there, but they're 1-9 in the division already. This is wow. Josie Myers, 35 and 127. 40 wins. Roger, they'll be lucky to get 40. 40 and 120. 40 and 122, actually.
He updated it. He said 35 and 127.
Wow.
35 and 127.
Man, oh man. This is another one of those things like, and I've lost count of how many things I don't miss about working in the book. Summers, when you go in and you need the Rockies every single day.
Yeah, this is the guaranteed money line parlay leg. Just find who you want and then bet against the Rockies. Like this is
every damn day.
I did it every day in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Every day in Jamaica, I bet against the Rockies.
Yeah.
They were part of a 2-leg money line parlay.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, this is how I'm betting baseball for the season. Like, this will be fun. Let's just see how many times we can cash tickets involving the Rockies.
Right?
Because they're horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely embarrassingly bad on so many levels. You guys will be happy. Some of you. Because it is bad. The original singer is back for the Brigade Proxy NFL
Wake
story
'em up
of the day. Get ready. Keep your earbuds turned down because we are back talking football, NFL football, and the circus sports. Guarantee. They put up the ad, Dave.
Yep.
It's coming soon. What's the guess? What are we talking about for Survivor and Millions?
What, 15? And I don't think he reduces the other one. I think it's still 6 with the Millions. They haven't made it. I just crashed my car. Thanks, Matt. You're welcome, Bear. Hopefully the kids.
Look at Jack. You're to be a customer for the BPS. That's great. Good to see you.
All right.
Can't wait to see you.
Welcome. Yeah. Can't wait to see you, Jack.
I gotta turn down my hearing.
Yeah. Sorry, Josie Myers. With people with hearing aids, we love you guys. It does blow you out. It does. It's definitely louder. I don't know what the guarantee is. The Bomber and the Shrew were asking me that over the weekend. And I was like, I
the ads hit.
What he's up to.
Yeah, the ads hit for they put it out. It's coming. They're gonna put out the
15
guarantee.
million? 15 and 6? Because they haven't hit the 6 yet. It can't up the millions.
I think he might. He might. I mean, he might. I'm with you on this. And then not only just we hear from Circa, but the Westgate is launching a college football contest
For 500.
for $500. 10 entries.
You can do up to 10. It's going to be 7 games a week against the spread. It's 14 weeks. It's obviously not going to be every game. It probably will not be Thursday games.
I think it's so smart that the Westgate listened to people.
Yeah.
Because people have been asking for this for a
since
while.
William Hill stopped doing it.
Yeah.
When William Hill used to do a quality college contest every year. So I think it'll be good. They upped the ante for the regular Westgate contest though, so it's
Okay.
1,500.
Oh,
It's 1,500 now. So
okay.
I think the thinking there is to do a college and a pro, and it's 2 dimes
$2. Okay.
instead of 1,000.
What's
1,000
the
is 1,500.
do we know the payout for the college football one yet?
No, it depends on the entries.
So it's just going to be a prize pool. It's not going to be a guarantee.
Yes.
So much like same with the super contest. Okay.
Correct.
And then is the gold contest back? Do we know?
The gold contest is back with the spread, and they're doing
Okay.
a $5,000 survivor contest.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Westgate Survivor.
For 5 dimes an entry. Way less people. Build that pool up.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Good. All
Yeah.
right. I'm excited for the Westgate.
Contest,
That's
yeah.
exciting to see. I'm glad they're getting back into it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the OGs of all this. Like
Yep.
they started this. So I thought they were going to go the other way. I thought they were on their way out. I didn't think they were going the other way.
Well,
That's great.
that's yeah. They're in it to be participants. They're in it to get customers. They're in it to get people in the book. It's the only book they have now. They're not anywhere else in the country. So the contest is a source of bringing people in. Still have to sign up in person. There's other proxies you can use as well, but I mean, we got the proxy service. It will work the same way. The college contest obviously will be a different deadline. It's going to be a mess with getting the picks because everything will have to be in probably by Friday. Is there guarantee for Survivor Gold? No. Not yet. They haven't announced it. Let's put it that way. So no. We'll see.
I'm excited for the Westgate though. I'm glad that that's happening because that was always one of the bummers for me that it looked like they were just not going to be. They were handing all the business over to Circa, and Circa was gladly willing to take it. Be like, thank you very much. So I'm glad that they're. I'm always about competition. That helps everybody. It makes it more fun. I think it gives people the option as to do they like this or do they like that? What are they doing? So I like that we have options and we have different people and different contests to be involved in. So that's cool. The one thing I would say to the Westgate folks, are they still going to have entries on July 1st? Are we still going to wait all the way to then?
Yes.
Oh,
So if you're planning on doing both, don't come until July or August.
yeah. I don't understand that. Like what?
Well, they have to get everything cleared still through gaming.
Okay.
It's not, I mean, this is the plan. And it's all in framework and it should be fine, but July 1st.
Okay. Sorry about the dog, guys. If you're hearing it's the landscapers outside and the dog going crazy. So it's an unfortunate cross section. I'm in the middle of two different sounds going back and forth, but it would, par for the course, as they say. The Brigade Proxy Service NFL story of the day: all pushing in the NFL could be banned, all of it, which I'm actually okay with, Dave, because we talked about this before, that the pulling and the pushing that's going on in the NFL, that it needs to be all eliminated. So it's not just the tush push. So I think this is the idea of, okay, let's not make it just an Eagle thing. And let's not just go after one particular play. Let's eliminate all of it on this.
I don't know what to make of it. Just do it one way or the other and just stop talking about it. Like, we got Mikey Awesome in the chat, by the way. Mikey, I hope you're feeling
dude.
better. I mean, talk about pushing. He's getting operated on and worry about pushing some stones or something out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good luck, Mikey. Big part of the chat. One of the wrenches. Thinking of you and Aaron today. So hopefully get that taken care of.
Yeah.
This isn't going to affect anything. Like, I mean, in the book, like as far as like what we're worried about, I'm not worried about that.
Really?
Yeah.
So if the Eagles can't do tush pushes, you don't think that it affects anything? Totals?
Maybe you might have to adjust a little something, but no. I mean, so they make less fourth downs, right?
That extends drives, raises scoring.
Yeah, we'll see.
Covers spreads.
That's why I mean, we'll wait and see what they do.
Right. I think it's smart to do this though, because I think it's easy to vote against the idea of singling out one play and saying, well, this is stupid. We can't just single out one play. Or if you say all of it, you can't pull or push no more. You can't do any of that crap anymore.
Yeah.
Regardless of where it is on the football field. Okay. I think folks might be more inclined to say yes to that and vote in favor of said situation. One more fun little new thing to give you guys here coming up for us when it comes to the new stuff, and that would be the favored thing about today. So for you guys who are watching the show maybe for the first time in a while, favorite thing about today, Dave and I like to end the show on a positive note, something that we see, something that we like, something that's going on in our lives. Dave goes first on this. What is your favorite thing about today?
May is Stroke Awareness Month. I had a stroke almost 5 years ago, and I saw a little blurb on it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to read this today because, I mean, my favorite thing about today is that we're back. That 1, 2, I'm alive, and 3, we get to do the show. My daughter's being home. Didn't know this, but I think everybody should know this. This is called Be Fast, B-E, fast. And this is how you recognize a stroke. Balance is the B. Your balance might be off. Eyes, your vision is messed up. Can't focus, something. Face might be a drop there. Arm is numb, so you can't move your arm or work your arm or whatever. Speech for the S, slurred, or you can't talk, something like that. And T is for time to call 911. So all of that, things, just something to take forward, recognize. Hopefully you never have to use it, but if you see something or someone is involved with this or yourself and you can get help, Be Fast, Stroke Awareness Month, May. Favorite thing about today.
Did your family know that before, or do they know it now?
Know it now.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know it either. I had no idea on any of that stuff before, and then I had it. Obviously, didn't have a stroke, but I had the complex migraines, and that was like they gave me that placard that had all those things on it. They're like, "What's this? List all this. Is this going on?" I was like, yeah. Ninja's angry, Kevin. Yeah, he wants to kill anything that's in the backyard with big, the landscapers showed up. So it's typical. Come back on a Monday. These guys have been told 15,000 times that they're not allowed to start till after 2:00.
It's probably new guys.
Probably so. I mean, it's just it's par for the course. That like I want to go out there and be like, guys, like I told you, like it's 2:00. You can't be out in the backyard. Like, you just know this. Like it's just standard operating procedure. Like, what are you doing? Favorite thing about today for me was, and I know you've gone through this as a dad, but this was a moment for me. Madeline got on a bus this morning at 5:30 in the morning to go to California for 3 days with her school. And this has been a countdown to this trip to go to a place in California where they're going to go and do all these fun things together. But it is a little bit of I've sent my daughter out with family. I've sent my daughter overnight to go sleep over friends' houses and whatnot. I've never put her onto a bus and handed her over to other adults who aren't in my family, who I don't know directly. Like I don't have cell phone numbers of every single person on the bus to track what my kid's doing. And it's for the first time that moment of like my kid's growing up and my daughter is getting older. And it's not my favorite thing about today per se that my kid is growing up, but it is my favorite thing about today that the independent side of things is like she's becoming her own person and she's becoming like she wanted to do this. Like none of her friends are doing it. She has to go meet. She's bunking with 3 girls she does not know. And she was just like hell bent on like, I want to do this. And I don't care that my friends don't want to do this. I want to go and do this. So it's been awesome. a 2-month march down for her to go to this place to be a part of this. And so she left this morning at 5:30. So I hope everything's going well. It's a 4-hour bus ride for them, basically going to outside of Los Angeles for 2 buses that were just loaded up with a bunch of 5th graders to head on over and to be a part of it. So
it's a long trip.
Long trip.
Kendall's was a day, like full 24 hours going to Disney.
Okay, right.
Put them on a bus in the morning and they go and they spend the whole day and then they show up the next morning.
I would like that better personally. But,
Yeah.
but this is three. This is
I mean,
too
that's
too
enough
nice.
anxiety and
Yeah.
worry. Like text on the bus,
Right.
text when you're there, text when you're eating lunch.
No, they have no access to anything digital.
Oh wow,
They took them
Okay.
all. There's
Good.
no digital. There's no iPads. There's no iPhones. There's no iWatches. There's nothing. There is books.
Good growth moment for both of you.
So, this is a huge moment for her. I mean, for Madeline, this is a
Wow.
monster growth moment for her to be apart, to be disconnected for 3 days.
Whew.
You can't just call your mom, text your dad. You can't do any of that stuff. So, like, yeah. So it's a big growth moment for her on that, but also for me as a dad to go like, I can't just go, there's my kid. I know where she is. Like, I don't know where she is right now. Like, I believe I know where she is, but I don't know for a fact the exact location of where she is at the moment. So that this is a growth moment for her, but also a growth moment for me coming up on that. So yeah, poor bus driving. Yeah. I don't think so. CBW Maddie, I don't think she gets very homesick. I think for her, I think it has more to do with just, she can get anxious at times. So I think it's her just to calm down if something happens that she doesn't like, just to be more, she doesn't have a natural person to turn to, like her friends aren't around. So she has to deal with it herself. So, which I really do like. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well for that. Guys, thank you for being here. We're back tomorrow, same place as always. If you haven't hit the like button or subscribe button, please do that. We'll get back to bonus times at some point, but it's the off season, so we don't do too much bonus times coming up for that. He is Dave. I am Matt. We are back tomorrow for a Tuesday's episode of BvB.
Go Celtics.
Mm-hmm.